People are sometimes like, oh, you're so beautiful for an Indian woman. Like, I'm like, guys, are you
What do you
kidding
mean?
me?
Yeah.
That is not a compliment. And there, like, I had one bad incident that I don't want to go into when I first started modeling. I will not be on a set if there is no person of color. It's not just about performative representation where representation is only about visibility. Even in a set, in a room full of people, there has to be representation there as well. You're constantly thinking about judgment and not really doing things for yourself. I think what people should be scared of is not other people judging them, but how they would judge themselves when they're way older, that they did not do it. I have that fear. I have the fear of like me judging myself that, oh my God, there were so many opportunities. If only you said yes, what could your life have been? I refuse to live with regret.
Bonjour, Bhavitha.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Hello.
We are in Biarritz today for the Chanel cruise show. Yeah, first time walking in Biarritz.
Yes.
Yes. How was it?
Oh my God. Incredible. The location and the casino and the whole theme of it. Just so incredible to be back in Biarritz where the vision and the way of life became Chanel style,
Yeah.
you know? So Biarritz means so much to the house, and it has a special place in my heart now.
And you work today as a house ambassador, yes, of the brand, and you're the first Indian model to hold this role. How does it feel for you? Is it a full circle moment?
Oh, definitely. When I first walked the show for Chanel, I was like questioning if I even belong here.
Yeah.
And now walking as a house ambassador, I feel much more like, you know, this is where I belong. This is my house. This is where I'm supposed to be, exactly where I'm supposed to be.
I want to talk about you before fashion, before New York. I want to go back to the little girl that you were, born and raised in India. Can you tell me more about your childhood? What was it like?
My childhood was very ordinary. I would say my parents never really wanted me to be extraordinary. You know, there was no pressure to be like, oh, you need to achieve these big things. It was just like, you know, they would just take me to the park. I would just it's just like a very wholesome, cute, very ordinary childhood.
What is one sound that reminds you of home, your childhood in India instantly?
One sound would definitely is when my mom would force me to go to temples with her as a child. And the bells in the temple. Yeah, I miss it so much now that I live abroad because nobody's forcing me to go to the temple. I'm not that religious, but every now and then I catch myself going to a Ganesh temple in New York just to feel like home, you know?
Yeah.
The sounds and like the prayers, chanting. In terms of food, I would say my favorite food is biryani.
Oh, yeah.
So where I come from, which is Hyderabad, we're known for our biryani. This very distinctive smell that I always remember is because my grandparents are farmers.
Okay.
So they would have mangoes during summer on the trees. So they would just cut it and like they would send it to the city, to my house, and we would store it in my room so that they could get ripe. And I would have to like sleep beside these mangoes getting ripe, and it was like this
The smell.
yeah. And now that we're gonna hit summer pretty soon, I really miss.
There's also a lot of stereotypes about India. Some are very negative. What are the negative stereotypes that you like to dismantle today and that bothers you a lot about India?
Yeah, there's so many stereotypes. One being, I feel like people aren't aware of how vast India is. Yeah. I describe India as almost like Europe, but you guys have countries and we have states. Yeah. So I feel like most people just think of India and they think of Bollywood, or they think of very specific food categories. Yeah. Very specific language. They automatically think we just speak Hindi, you know? Yeah. There's so many things that are not true because we have so many states with so many dialects, so many languages, so much food, so much culture, like very different from one state to another. Extremely different way of living and eating and whatnot. So yeah, it's very funny. As I live in the US, I realize like they really don't know
get
much
it.
anything about India.
Yeah. I think a lot of people see India as Bollywood. Like it's just like
Yeah.
Bollywood culture, but they don't
I know.
understand how complex this
I
country
know.
is.
Because I come from Hyderabad and we speak Telugu.
Okay.
So we have something called Tollywood. So every state has their own word, I guess.
Okay. What was your main references as a kid, as a child? Like your beauty models or your favorite actors or actresses? Who was your main reference back then?
I don't think I really had any. I don't think I was like that represented in the mainstream movies.
Okay.
You know, I guess we're going to touch on this, but the colorism is just so prevalent. They're always aspiring to have somebody who is light skinned.
Yeah.
Then, because most of India looks like me or darker. We do have fair Indians.
Yeah.
But not as many as like Bollywood or like Tollywood or all these like movies want to represent, you know? Yeah, growing up, there wasn't as much representation. So I wasn't really like looking up to anybody who looked like me, you know, because there wasn't anybody who looked like me.
How did you grow up when it comes to beauty, feeling beautiful in a country where you didn't feel represented? Because as you said, colorism is very prevalent in India.
The good thing about the way I was raised was my parents were a really lovely people.
Okay.
They really never were like, oh, you're dark or you're light or you're... My dad's like way darker than my mom is, and so I'm like a mix of both of these different... yeah. So yeah, growing up, like it wasn't affecting me as much, at least in my little household, because my dad and mom was just like, oh, just study well, be independent. Wasn't anything about, like, we never really focused about beauty at all.
And what was your dream as a child?
My dream as a child was, I was always a creative kid, which is why I picked architecture for my bachelor's. I always wanted to make things, was very intrigued by the idea of like how something raw becomes something finished.
Yeah.
And also with architecture, I felt like you're like pretty much creating people's dreams. Like people save all their life savings to have one house, and you're the one doing that for them. So it just felt like it was the coolest thing ever. Loved it.
So this is you.
Yeah.
In 2023, leaving India for the first time to arrive in New York City in what you said was a massive student loan to pursue a master's degree in tech and design in NYU. What pushed you to take this leap of faith?
My dad always believed that just because we could or couldn't afford, that did not have to reflect to how much we could dream.
Okay.
So one day I was like, okay, I do not want to practice architecture. What do I do next? And I always wanted to do higher studies, always wanted to study abroad and experience a different kind of educational environment. I was like, okay, NYU, one of the most expensive universities, don't have the money, but I just had like I was like, I'll go there, I will study hard, I will work hard, and I'll make things happen for myself. I don't know why, like maybe I was like super naive.
Delusional, always be delusional.
Be delulu.
Delulu.
I'm so embarrassed that I told it on the camera.
But it's the truth. What was the challenges? Because I guess a lot of people who watch this interview and a lot of people are thinking of taking leap of faith and trying stuff that they never did before. And literally what you did was extremely courageous because it was your first time leaving your country. And here you are arriving in New York City, gigantic city, without your friends, family, and all your references from the country you were born in, so India. What were the biggest challenges?
Right.
How did you overcome them?
Oh, such a good question. There's this common phrase that people in India use, which is called "log kya kahenge," which essentially means what will people say,
Okay.
or what will people think. Okay. You're constantly thinking about judgment and not really doing things for yourself. I think what people should be scared of is not other people judging them, but how they would judge themselves when they're way older, that they did not do it when they were younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have that fear. I have the fear of like me judging myself that, oh my God, there were so many opportunities if only you said yes. what could your life have been? You know, I refuse to live with regret. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to try like the wildest thing and see where it goes. That's the kind of attitude that I always had. My mom always was like, what is she gonna do? Well, I don't know, because this is my third career. Modeling is my third career, and I'm 26.
We had architecture career, modeling career, and what was the first one?
And for my master's, I studied tech and design. So more like product design, VR, AR, XR.
So yeah, you had 3 jobs. So this is a picture of you, because as a New Yorker, you used to take the subway, and that's where you got scouted and offered the opportunity to be a model. Can you tell us that fairy tale story again?
Oh yeah, it was summer of 2024.
Okay.
I got rejected from a summer internship. Absolutely heartbroken, because I'm like, I have so much debt. Usually a summer internship turns into a job, and you really want to get that summer internship. Frozen market. The job market was frozen. Nobody was hiring. And so my friend was like, okay, to cheer you up, let's go to Hell's Kitchen to grab biryani. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So I waited at Atlantic Avenue for my friend. While I was waiting, my now mother agent came up to me and he was like, are you a model? And I was like, no. He was like, oh, you should try. I'm an agent. And I was like, actually, I'm really not interested. I need to concentrate on getting a job and whatnot. And he was like, well, what do you do? We just kept talking for like, I think about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then I think somewhere along the lines, I, of course, overspoke. And I was like, I have student debt. I can't do these things. I need to do a serious job.
Yeah.
And he was like, you can pay
Your student debt
quicker doing modeling than you can by a 9 to 5. And I was like, okay, now we're talking.
Now you have my attention.
Now you got me. Give me your email. And we chatted on email and met the next day.
Oh, wow.
Very quick turnover. Got the visa on the 3rd day. And we started the visa process on the 3rd day for Europe. And within 2 weeks, I was in Milan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I was going to ask you, was that a dilemma for you to pick between modeling career and so the tech architecture design career that you wanted to pursue and the reason why you were in New York in the first time? Was it a dilemma for you to feel like you had maybe to choose?
Yeah, it very much was, because modeling is, first of all, it's a very low agency career, which means you cannot be like, okay, I will work hard and I will get the jobs. No, somebody has to pick you. You have to be chosen almost. Whereas like tech and like all the other ones are, you can like work hard and potentially, you know, network your way or like apply to job. Working hard could get you somewhere.
Yeah.
But this is very different, right? So I was like, it's such a big gamble. Yeah. Is this worth
this risk?
The risk? Yeah,
yes.
it was very scary.
Okay.
One of the most scariest things.
Before starting your modeling career, what did you know about fashion industry back then?
Oh my God, not to plug Devils Wear Prada, but the new movie, but then Andy Sachs.
Yeah.
You know the...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, whatever she knew about fashion
is
what I knew about fashion. I walked the Bottega show and I did not know how big of a brand Bottega was.
Wow.
It was only after I went back to NYU in my job and in my class that everybody was like, did you just walk the Bottega show? They were going insane.
And you didn't realize? Like,
I did not know, not at all. Yeah, because growing up in India, we did not have luxury brands. I mean, I knew I knew Chanel.
Yeah, sure,
like,
of course.
There are so many very cool brands, Caparelli, Bottega, Alaya, no clue. Did not know.
So I have other pictures to show you. This was you. This was your schedule as a student. This was you starting to work with Mathieu Blasi, walking his shows at Bottega. This was you again. How did you manage to pursue at the same time your studies, your research papers, and being a successful model all at once? How?
And I had a little student job.
And the student job.
That's very nice of you to tell that I was able to manage, but in reality, I wasn't.
Really?
I think this is a reality that people tend to not see on social media, of course. The idea of hustle culture is like so prevalent in New York that everybody has like, I don't know, 10 jobs that they're doing. Every second they're working. If they take a break, they're like feeling guilty about it. I was in that cycle. Yeah, I don't think I was like a normal functioning human. I was just like, okay, go, 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 go. And that leads you to, what do you say, like a burnout.
Burnout, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was like very burned out by end of this.
Really?
Not gonna lie. Yes,
Yeah.
I was doing a job on campus. I was flying to Europe to work as a model, and I was doing my master's program. It was a lot on my plate. I don't want to glorify hustle culture.
Okay.
I did have to like, take a lot of time for myself after graduation to like literally do nothing, to like recover from what I've done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for also letting us know, as you said, the reality behind sometimes the social media, and letting people know that, of course, you managed to do it because you did.
Yeah.
But it was hard.
I was
And
very
people
hard.
needs to know that it was hard.
Yeah.
And that's you, 2025, and you graduated.
Yeah.
That's your graduation. What did this moment mean to you?
This was, I would say, like the most expensive walk that I've ever done in my commencement. It was everything. I was able to fund my mom to come see my graduation, and this was her first time ever abroad. So she was just like, oh my God, this is humongous. Everything is huge. Why is there like 3 aisles of cereal? It was just like everything was so new and very wholesome. Yeah, this was so special.
Yeah.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, wow, I did that.
You did.
Yeah.
And something that moved me when I saw this picture of you graduating, again, while doing all of those beautiful things in fashion as well, I was like very impressed. I was like, wow, she's an amazing woman. I've read the caption that you wrote, and you were saying thank you. You were thanking your friends and family for believing in me when you didn't believe in you and thought you wouldn't make it. And the question that I wanted to ask you is, after everything that this Bhavitha did, why did you feel sometimes like you didn't believe in yourself?
Yeah, I mean, when you're doing so many things, you cannot always give 100% to everything.
Yeah.
When you give 100% to modeling is when like you have to put a little bit of your studies and your on-campus job or whatever you have on the back seat. Of course, like that results in like either late submission or like emergency telling my employers that I can't make it.
Yeah.
Can you please assign this work to somebody else? I always had to like do all this.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was constantly, disappointing in a way. But everybody was so nice. Everybody was like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We're there for you. If not for the support of my employer at NYU, my professors, my friends, my family, agents, nothing would have been possible. So yeah, they truly gave me the grace and truly believed me.
That's beautiful. Are you still doubting yourself sometimes?
I mean, always. I think that's just like a human thing,
I think you work on it more than other days. Sometimes you just, you just let the flow do whatever the flow has to do with you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think the way you did is that you just decided that you wanted something for yourself.
Yeah.
And you decided to go after it. And I think it's very inspiring.
Yeah.
It's a very inspiring story. Because, girl, I mean, I pursued a master's degree as well.
Yes, in law.
Yeah, in law.
I know.
See, you did your research.
I did my own little research.
And I know how hard it is to be a good student, to have a student job.
Yeah.
To model, well, I didn't model, but girl, I know how much of a job it is.
Yeah.
So it's just very admirable. Congratulations on that, honestly.
Thank you. A question to you.
Yeah.
When you were switching from, you were a lawyer in London to content creation, how risky did that feel to you?
Girl, every day, there's not a single day where I'm not thinking, what have I done?
Really?
I should have stayed a lawyer. Yes. But at the same time, there's not a single day where I'm like, wow, I love what I'm doing. And I'm so happy that I took this leap of faith.
Yeah.
Because stepping out your comfort zone is one thing, but stepping out of the comfort zone that took you 10 years of studies to be in, girl, that's another story. And also doing this whole content creation job, it's amazing, but it's not as stable as being a lawyer and doing what you were born to do, because I know that was my thing. But I'm having an amazing time with you, for example, here. And I'm more than grateful that I decided to step away from being a lawyer to be able to have this amazing moment, you know? So I think in life sometimes you just have to, as you said, you have to gamble, take the risk, and do the maximum that you can do with the choices that you decided and took for yourself. So just as a way, I guess sometimes you must still think of what you could have been if you had decided to be an architect full-time and in tech and design. Sometimes I do think
You do?
of what I would have been, yes, if I was still a lawyer. But just as you were doing today, we're enjoying life and we're grateful and thankful for the moment that we're having and the doors that we never thought we would be able to open, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a picture, I think there's going to be a moment, a very important moment for you. That was métier d'art, Chanel. You opened the show.
Yeah.
You were the first Indian model to ever open a Chanel show. And what is beautiful with this one is that you were wearing a similar outfit that the one you were when you were scouted in the subway. When you saw the outfit that you had to wear for the show, what did you feel?
I mean, I came into the fitting, and when Machi was like, "You'll be opening the show," and he told me the reason and like the outfit, absolutely, like I was like, what? You are willing to do that for me? Like, because I just felt like this was such an ordinary story that he did not need to tell normal people's stories through a Chanel show. Like, this is supposed to be luxury, this is supposed to be influential, like, you know, nobody knows me. Why are you picking, like, I was just like, wow. He's just such a, I'm losing words, right? I'm so grateful for him. I don't even know what to say, because every time I look at that picture, oh my God, absolute tears. It was just like, we believe in you. You worked so hard. We think you should open the show. And the whole process, even after things blew up the way it did, consistently he has been messaging me. He has been checking on me if I'm doing well, because of course this is such a huge life change. He gave me the platform for me to experience this. So he was like, is this okay? Is this too much? Let us know. We are here for you always. So
That's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely adore and love that man.
And I understand why. Because this moment, I mean, being scouted in the subway and opening the métier d'art Chanel in the subway, wearing the outfit that you were wearing in the subway when you were scouted, I just think that's one of the most beautiful full circle life moments that anybody could get. For
sure. I mean, the way I think of Mathieu is that he is beyond a designer, right? He's a storyteller. The way, I mean, not just with my opening, but also like the set and like the finale, which is supposed to be like a rush hour where models, we as models were like almost actors, you know, we're just acting, we're just like going around. It's such a privilege to be working with him. Always a fun time, even today. You were there.
I was there. That was beautiful and looked fun.
Yeah, I know. Always so much fun.
And this is a beautiful, emotional video that you posted on your social media. It was a reaction to your parents, to you opening the Chanel show. What did this mean to you in terms of everything, and especially representation for your parents as well?
This was very emotional because it was not just me deciding on what I was going to do next, right? Like, I always involved my parents, and that's when my dad and I spoke to a bunch of models. Being like, hey, is this like a sustainable thing? Do you think she can do it? Because I do not want to like shift to another visa and like realize that I don't have a space in this world. So my dad and I did a lot of research before taking that leap, and my mom was also very supportive. She was like, yeah, you should do it. We're here for you. So this was like the first thing that I did after taking that leap of faith. And they were just like, they were in shock. They were like, wow, the risk paid off in like within like 3 days.
Yeah.
And it was very emotional. I still sometimes look at the video and I, again, teary.
Yeah.
So the story is so wholesome and teary.
Yeah.
It makes me emotional.
I absolutely get it. And also because, I'm not going to cry too, but I saw how proud your mom is.
Yeah.
And it really touched my soul.
Aww.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't want to. Yeah, because she's so sweet. I've seen that she's following everything that you do, and she's so proud of you.
Especially for my mom, because she always wanted to do something like this.
Yeah.
She wanted to be the actress or a model or like these these things. But I think the way she grew up, she never felt like she could. Although my dad was always like, "You should do it, do it." But my mom felt like, oh no, she has to be a homemaker. She needs to take care of her kids. And, you know, she just felt like she can't do it.
Yeah.
And my parents created an environment in my household where I felt like I can do it. And she's just like always living just vicariously through me. Every day I get a message of some post that somebody has posted somewhere in the world. Like I get, like she's like, oh, you look so good. Yeah.
You opening the Chanel show opened some discourses, you said, on who is beautiful. And you said that you received some comments about people being surprised to see that Indian women were beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, it's Indian. I didn't know Indian women could be beautiful. Can you tell us why this is not the compliment they think it is?
When you say that, oh, I did not know Indian women were beautiful, it essentially means that you never even had a thought or an idea that ethnicity could be beautiful. It's like so strange to me to like phrase it in that way. Like I do not take that as a compliment. People are sometimes like, oh, you're so beautiful for an Indian woman. Like I'm like, guys, are you kidding me? Yeah. That is not a compliment. Like a whole nationality.
Yeah.
You're saying that it's just, I don't know. Like you've done so much work in the space of Black YouTubers and like Black content creators and how they like pretty much inform culture, but they're not credited, Yes. So I'm sure you could relate to this.
Absolutely. Because I got it sometimes. Oh, you're so pretty for a Black woman. And I was just like, what do you mean? Because you're literally telling that usually Black women are not pretty. That's what you're saying. Yeah. I'm an exception. And it's the same thing, saying, oh my God, I didn't know Indian women were beautiful. So are you trying to say that usually they're not? What do you mean? How do you think we could like make a change or try to make sure this narrative kind of stops at a certain point?
Yeah, I mean, in my professional life, I do like some little steps here and there where I'm like, I will not be on a set if there is no person of color. Yeah. It's not just about performative representation where representation is only about visibility. Even in a set, in a room full of people, there has to be representation there as well. And that is important because sometimes they don't understand that I am proud. They either want to make my skin way lighter or way darker, or there's some prominent features like, a darker upper lip and like they want to just cover it, Yeah. It's just like so common in brown people. Like why do you not want to embrace it? Yeah. And I had one bad incident that I don't want to go into when I first started modeling. Since then, I've been always telling my agents to only book me in jobs where we at least have the assistant. Is that hard? Yeah. It is not that hard. Yeah, that's like one of the rules. Yeah, I think doing things like that as a model, I feel like I'm pushing for representation in a workplace. Sometimes maybe like people have probably gotten people of color just to have me on a set, and these little things that here and there I do, hoping to push representation forward.
That is your first cover of the Vogue British, the UK Vogue. I would like you to look at this picture And if you had anything to say to all the little brown girls who looks at you, who looks at this cover, what would you like to tell them when they feel sometimes they're not fitting the space or not fitting, not being good enough, not pretty enough, not feeling represented enough? What would you like to tell them?
I would like to say, if I'm here, so could you. It's just about going and asking for that space and taking that space up in places that you potentially were never represented, but you go there and you're like, I belong here, and I'm gonna be here. Do what you gotta do. You have to deal with me. And just like being so confident and taking up that space, right? If anybody could see what I do for a living and take one thing from it, that would just be to have confidence to be like, I belong here.
You have a bachelor, you have a master's degree, and at the same time,
you.
I do. Thank you for pointing this out. I really appreciate it. And at the same time, you're a model. I wanted to know how important it was for you as a woman to show that we can be both. We can have a bachelor, a master's degree, and be a model, because sometimes society want to put us in boxes as women. And how important it is for you to show that we can be everything we want and do it all.
And it's so important, especially right now. Like, optionality is the economy. Like, the more options you have, because when I was doing tech, pretty much what I did for a living was replaced by AI. So thank God there was modeling. Or, if I was a model and I was doing something else, if my modeling job, because this is again opportunistic.
Of course.
You're supposed to be chosen. So let's say you're not chosen, you can do something else. So it's very important to have as many options as possible, especially in this day and age. And being a woman, it's even more important for us to do so.
I think it's really important to show women that, there is this idea that a woman cannot be extremely smart and
beautiful.
Also beautiful, And I love when women tackle this idea. I love that. When we dismantle the stereotype of a woman has to pick between being taken seriously or being the smart girl. We can be both. We can be the smart girl and still like to have a pretty outfit on and still like to feel glamorous. We can be absolutely both. And it doesn't mean that we're less intelligent or more intelligent because we dress a different way. There's just this thing about always judging women and making sure that we stay in boxes that society decided that it's either A or B. We can be A and B.
That's true. I'm going to copy your answer. I'm going to repeat it right now as she said it. I had a pressure when I was an architect to dress a certain way. All of a sudden started wearing only black and started dressing very less feminine just to be taken seriously in these male-dominated fields. But I feel like modeling has been healing me a little, where I'm able to, or Chanel dresses you like a Chanel suit. Right? Or like a classic tweed jacket. It's so, it's been very healing to work in fashion.
And look, this has been you this past year working for Chanel multiple times. I wanted to know, out of all of this look, which one represents you the most?
I mean, let's say the métier d'art, because it is just like who I am, right? I'm this very tomboyish. I wear blue jeans, corset, or like a sweater, and then I go about my day. But I would say who I want to be would be look number 5 that I wore today. It's like
It was beautiful.
I know.
Yes.
That is who I want to be. Like I feel like I've lost that femininity, as we were talking, while I was working in very male-dominated fields, and I now feel like a little bit of skirt doesn't hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. That's strong feminine energy.
Yes.
Out of all this runway, except the métier d'art, which one had a very beautiful memory about?
Oh, it's the couture, for sure. When I was closing as a Chanel bride.
Exactly.
And the show had a lot of older models.
Yes.
One of them, I'm sure you have a plaque
picture. Stephanie.
So Stephanie, she opened the couture show.
Exactly.
And honestly, it healed me in ways that I can't even explain it explain in words, because when I started modeling, I was 24, almost going to be turning 25. And everybody in the casting room was way younger than I was, like 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And I was the oldest. And in a normal career, 24-year-old is like the youngest in a room, you know?
Yeah.
But it was just like, wait, am I too old? Did I start too late? Like, am I gonna be good, successful? People like me? There's so many thoughts running in my head that it was just like healing to see somebody who is 50 years old opening a Chanel show. And it was not just her, right? Like, the show had so many more, like I think 8. So it was like not just like a one-hit wonder, but like it was actually a series of. So also to see the real customer being represented made me realize how Matthew's and the casting director Bitten's work, like slowly and quietly teaches me so much about life.
Yeah. And you closed the show the day before it was your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was your birthday, you just turned 26. How did this moment kind of reconciliate you with the concept of aging as a woman? You know, we get a lot of pressure of aging. A woman always has to be young, useful. And so how did this moment with, Stephanie opening the show, being 50-year-old, you know, reconnected you, reconciliated you with aging as a woman?
I would say aging is such a privilege. What a privilege to be living, you know, to have all these like life experiences, to have these really joyful moments in your life that leaves like a permanent mark on your face, like a smile line that means like you had such a wonderful life. Like, why would you be insecure about it? You know what I mean? Like the wrinkles here, like that means like you just had so much fun. Or
the smile lines.
Yeah.
I was so insecure for a long time about my smile lines. I hated my smile lines. I was like, girl.
That just means you're such a happy person.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I smile a lot.
Yeah, the moment I met you, the energy because of your smile.
Yeah. As you said, it's a very important conversation, you know, how women are always pressured to look young, and aging, as you said, is just a sign of living life and enjoying life. And we should all just be very happy ladies to age beautifully. I think the biggest privilege is actually to age, and we should remember that, women. The last question is, when you look at all of those pictures, your parents, you opening the métier d'art, all the Chanel show that you've walked, the covers, what would the little Bhavitha say if you were seeing all of those pictures?
She's gonna think that I'm lying to her. She would not believe this. I mean, this is a dream.
It is.
This is straight out of a fairy tale.
Absolutely.
This is a Cinderella story. I do not have influential parents, or I don't come from wealth. It's like, the shoe fit, and now my life's changed. Yeah, I don't think she would believe me, but she'd be really proud if she knew it was true, which it happens to be.
And how you're proud of yourself.
Yeah.
You're?
Yeah.
When you look at all these pictures.
Yeah, now that I look.
You can tell. You can tell. I'm proud of myself.
No.
And at the beginning of the interview, I asked you, what was your dream as a child? What is your dream now?
I think I'd say the same, which is I would still like to create. I don't know what it's going to be. Now, I think as an adult, it would be creating something that's going to also have an impact.
So you're still going to be an architect in some type of way.
I don't know about architect as a career, but just the idea of creating always fantasized me, always loved it. I mean, doesn't have to be designing buildings, even like a sewing project, you know.
Okay. But it was impact.
Yeah, that one's not that impactful, but now I usually think about things that I can do that potentially could have a great impact, yeah.
That's beautiful. The last funny question is, did you pay off your student loan? Ooh, did the massive student loan is finally over?
I did.
outfit. High five. High five.
I did pay my student debt, and
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, in an interview, Mathieu Blasi said that what he loved about you was you're very solar, you're an amazing woman, and also you're able to stay down to earth no matter what happened. I was like, with everything that's happening to you, how do you keep your feet down to earth?
So sweet of him. I mean, I feel like we've discussed about this. When you moved from being a lawyer to content creation, you knew that this is not going to be stable.
Yeah.
There will be highs and lows. The same thing with modeling. You know, there might be highs and lows. You just have to consistently be nice to everybody. And that was one of the initial advice Matthew gave me was, he was like, Bhavitha, look, you have to be nice to everyone, not just me as a creative director, literally everyone, the seamstress, the person who helps you wear your clothes as a model, you know, everybody, pretty much everyone. Yeah. And he used to be one of them, and now he's a creative director. So yeah, and he has this like really cool story that Alec Weck told me. So for spring, summer, the first show basically of Mathieu at Chanel, he had Alec, and I was just talking to her, and she was like, oh, Mathieu used to be, he was like a dress boy, and now he's the creative director's advice was to be consistently nice to everyone, regardless of how big or small of a job you do.
And that's actually an excellent lesson as well to conclude this interview.
Yeah.
To be nice to everyone, no matter who they are or where they stand in society. I think that's what we need right now in this world. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. It meant a lot to me. This was a beautiful, and I swear, I swear, don't make her cry, don't make me cry. I'm a very emotional woman. And yeah, don't make me cry. Stop.
You know, my agents were like, Sally specifically asked me. I was like, no way.
Yeah. Your story is very inspiring.
Thank you so much.
Don't make me cry. I'm not going to look at you. Your story is very inspiring, and I'm very happy that not only did I cross your path, because this was a beautiful moment for me, but also I can wait for so many little girls to look at you, to listen to your words, and feel represented, feel loved, and especially feel seen. Maybe you don't realize, but you do have an impact. You do matter a lot. And we are going to constantly look at you and see where you're heading in life, what life got for you. And I can't wait to see you walking another Chanel show. Really.
Me walking a Chanel show.
Definitely. And building houses and building your project with impact. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful moment. Thank you.
So nice meeting you.
Really.
Thank you so much for